Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. All right, welcome back to another video. So sorry that earlier when I tried to do this video, it was not letting me be great. I don't know why. On my new computer, it worked for a very long time, then it stopped. There's some setting that's off, so I'm gonna have to take it to the computer people that can help me figure it out. So I had to revert back to using my old computer, which does amazing. Praise the Lord. Holy Spirit said, use the old one. Thank you, Jesus. That I can still do live. So traditionally, I was able to go on and I did it from YouTube, the live. And for some reason, when I went to share the screen, it blacked out. And I was trying to use my new computer for that because I haven't had any trouble doing that. But it kept telling me my camera was in use somewhere else. And I'm like, well, am I in use somewhere else? Because I had just gotten off of a meeting. It was a Google Meet, but that meeting was over. And so I don't know. Anywho, I am back with the budget update. And I'm not going to hold you long because I went through and did all that earlier, all to no avail. But we are going to jump right into these numbers. So again, I do apologize that you all were unable to see what I was saying. So I just deleted that video. Didn't want to leave it out there with people going, your screen is black, your screen is black. So I'm going to do it here. Hey, ma'am, y'all chime in. Let me know where you're chiming in from. And please do let me know if the screen goes black again. I think we're good because I didn't have any issues now. But earlier when I was switching computers, it kept pausing. It kept saying my internet wasn't good. It kept dropping. It kept trying to exit the program. So I think it was something I don't know. There's so many people streaming things online right now that what is a good thing is turning out to be problematic at times. However, we're going to move on with our best lives. So budget update time. I'm going to just share my screen and jump right into the things that I was sharing with you guys earlier. Okay, let me share my screen. Very good. Okay, very good. Things that still remain unpaid, right? And I have to pay them. And I'm going to make those adjustments. So the two things that I had not, but the 6-4, oh, that should say 6-4-25 was the 216.46. And then the 211.25 was 216.46. Now, what I was sharing earlier, and this is just me being very real. I haven't budgeted because I didn't fill out my sheet. So I was feeling embarrassed. That's the truth. Like, Shakima, you're supposed to budget with these people, but I didn't fill out my sheet. I didn't open up my sheet at all that 6-4-25. I didn't do anything budget wise. I just had some other things going on. I'm trying to get Jackson from soccer practice early in the morning. He has to come. He gets up at 5:30. We're at the school by 6. I have to pick him up by 8. He has to jump in the shower. We have to be out of the house by 8:45. And then I'm driving him 45 minutes. Then I'm driving myself back 45 minutes, hitting the gym, coming home to try to eat real quick and do whatever little small thing I can get done around the house. And then go back 45 minutes to pick him up and bring myself back home. And so I was just busy and I did not get a chance to budget that money out, but I had things that needed to be paid or places I needed to spend money. And I felt ashamed that I do budgets, but I didn't come on here to update y'all. So that's a real emotion that I feel. It may not be, some people may not understand that, but for me, that is a real, it's a real emotion for me. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. Some people don't always think that. Hey, Miss Helen, some people don't always think that, but it is. So anywho, $216.46 came in on the 4th. $296.24 came in on the 3rd, and I did budget that with you. And then on the 11th, $216.46 came in. That gave us a total child support of $729.16. So we still have one more child support that is coming, and there are a couple things that are still remain unpaid. So I'm going to take you guys down. Travel reimbursements. I got a reimbursement for like $36. It was $36 and some change. So I'm just going to round it up to $36 because I did get the final one because school is out. So I got my final May travel. So let me see. May travel. I'm not even sure what date it came in, but it was like $36. So that's going to give me $99.84. We'll just round it to $99.84 and call it a day. Okay. Give me a total income so far of $4,219.32. So last week, I'll show you what I was showing earlier, or trying to show earlier, because it came on. I had to budget down. Let's see. Okay. Let me see. Okay. I was on Wednesday, so I'm going to Thursday. I showed y'all all that other stuff. My gym came out. Jackson's gym came out. I did his school thing. Netflix came out. It's like $19.20. So here's where there were some things that I needed to purchase. I had to go to the grocery store. I was doing a couple projects in the kitchen for some videos you're going to see. And it never crosses my mind to look at my business account because typically I pay other things out of that account. So I'm just leaving money in there to float to make sure that all of my business expenses are coming out. I have the Restream comes out of there. I have a Google meeting that comes out because I meet with the membership. I have my website comes out of there. So that takes up a lot. And typically I would pay my light bill out of there or the water bill, but I haven't done that in a long time. And this month specific, I didn't do it because we were down in our earnings. I think we made like $242. And so my prayer is, Lord, help us to be able to increase that. I definitely want to increase income if I'm doing the work. Does that make sense? Because I think YouTube, social media of any kind, is no different than going to a job. I put in time here, and if I'm going to put in time, then I want it to be well spent, right? Because if I go to any job, so let me think. If I go to any job, even if I work 20 hours a week, let's just say $10 an hour, because I can do that. That's $200 a week. Minus taxes, blah, blah, blah. I'm still making almost $1,000 for the month. What I make over here for the month was $242 for the month. That's not even $10 an hour, period. That's more like $2 an hour. And all the hours that I put in on socials. So I didn't have enough in that account to pay for the utilities this time, first time in a long time. So I just took that out of my paycheck. But then that meant that I needed to supplement groceries, which of course I've already just made a determination that I would take child support to supplement groceries if I needed to. Typically about $500 to $600 would do us well. But in today's economy, I think we all can agree that prices are just continuing to rise. I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers this week, and she was saying the same thing, how, wow, prices are pricing right now. So I took a small hit at the beginning of the month, knowing that I would supplement. But then again, I feel bad about that as well, because we should be able to eat off of $300 a month. That's just not the reality of the store. So I did spend money for groceries. Most of it, I was doing projects in the kitchen. I forgot to get something for sisters, some milk or something else. And then I needed to get some extra meat to pre-cook for having meat on hand. So I just added it all in, and that averaged out, or all the receipts. Let me see. There was 1, 2, 3, 4 extra grocery things that totaled $107.82. I'm almost positive all of that was not food we're going to eat. There was a couple other things in there, maybe like some vitamin supplements or something like that, but I can't remember now. And again, that's what happened when I didn't go back and just automatically do my budget like I normally do immediately, because now it's off my mind. So personal expenses, I did go get my nails done, but I also wanted to make sure that I was able to leave a tip. And so I didn't take out enough. I actually didn't even use the whole $100 on that. So who needed something? Okay. Gwen and Gracie had to have food this month, and food itself is like $95 or something like that. So I ended up getting a smaller bag of food, which was a little bit less, but it was still like 80 something. It was not 95, but it was a little bit. No, it was 90 something. And that was a smaller bag. They're trying to get me. But then they also needed their flea, heartworm, and tick medication, which is 90 something dollars. So I only budget $150 for them. So I was over the budget by $30, $40. So I only got my nails done. I didn't get my toes done. And I took half of the money from my personal money to cover the cost of that extra for the dogs, which is how I ran short on the $10 for the tip. Typically, I will tip her well. So, but I needed to get the food early. So I did that. Then I got my nails done. I realized I didn't have enough for the tip. So I just tipped her out of my account. That's how I ended up being over on that part. Now, Gwen just had her heartworm, yearly check, rabies vaccine, blah, 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 all that stuff. She had hers done last month. Mama has to have hers done this month. So in addition to the $180 I've already spent on them, I now have to pay another $180 for Mama to get all of her stuff, because she can't get her heartworm medicine until she has her yearly heartworm checkup. Now, I know some people don't do their animals like this. You know, when I was growing up, we had outside dogs. My grandparents cared nothing about taking them to the vet. Having a pet is like having another child, and I got 2 of them. Will not ever do this again, because when I think about the money I've spent over the years, and we love them dearly, but we are responsible pet owners, and it is expensive to be responsible. So once they cross the rainbow bridge and make it to all dogs, because all dogs go to heaven, we're not doing this again, because I could spend my money different places. So that's how I ended up with $10 extra in the personal account. Moving down, I put money in Jackson's account on Wednesday and Thursday to make sure that I'm making up for him having what he needs in his savings. I had to do gas Wednesday, and then I planned for gas on Thursday. Now, here's how gas got me this time. When I did this original budget, which I said earlier, I didn't remember, we did not have the word on Jackson's summer internship. We left school thinking, okay, we didn't hear anything. We don't know what's happening. And so I did not budget for gas to drive him. This is an unpaid internship, so he can't even float gas money to get himself there, like I make them pay when I take him to work. I do make him pay something when he goes to work. And Jackson sat down and calculated up the miles times how much fuel divided by who takes him when. And he knows exactly what he's supposed to give me down to the exact penny. None of my other kids were that smart, but Jackson does that, and it's fine. So because this is an unpaid internship, he's actually going to get a credit for it for school next year. But I am driving 2 hours. I'm in my car 3 hours. So 45 minutes, 45 minutes back, 45 minutes, 45 minutes back. That's 3 times a week. So I didn't account for the extra gas. So I have to make it up some type of a way. I took gas money out at the beginning, no problem. But that was because I didn't think I had to go anywhere. We didn't have that placement situated when I did this budget. And so now I'm spending more taking him back and forward to his internship. The things we do for our children, no problem. His dad sends money. I'll just put gas in the car, and that's just how life has to be. It'll be perfect. Scrolling down. Okay. I'm always going to tithe, always. And then I'm always going to offer. That's just how it is. That's how we've lived so far. And 2 things happened today that are almost miraculous. I can't share right now because I'm not real sure where it's going to go. I had a couple meetings that were just like, how did you get my name? And they were like, oh, somebody referred you. And I'm like, really? So I'm always going to tithe and offer because God takes care of us in so many different ways. So there that is. Now that was for last week. Now this week, we got another deposit. And so I'm going to see where I spent money this week, right? So that was the first week that I did not for that today, which I hate to do that. Okay. So I did get a few more groceries. Is that gross? No, that's summer groceries. That shouldn't be there. This should be here. It should not be there. Okay. Come on. Come on. There. Okay. Then I went to the gym. We did not have water. We went to fill up the big jug things. It's $2.50 for 5 gallons of water. But I had my card. I did not have cash. The card reader wasn't working. And so we did not get the water, but I was behind and I needed to drink because I was going to the gym. So I got 2 waters from the gym that cost me $2.04. I needed water and they had it. And so I picked it up. Sliding down, $29.44 is what I put in the car today to take Jackson. I did tithe. I did offering. Did I put money in his account? Let me go back up. Did y'all see his savings account? Jackson savings. Okay, I did put his $25 in his savings account. I did put that in. So there that is. Let me make sure to see how much money was spent so far. $124.86 is what was spent out of that $216.46. So I'm going to take us back over to the main budget sheet and then kind of explain where I am and what's still done. So here is where I am as far as expenses. The mortgage has been paid $1122.11. The electric or utilities $155.98. The water and sewer has been paid at $113.10. Now, we can't determine if the water has increased because of the garden or if it was the running toilet. So we got the toilet fixed because remember I had the plumber come in. He fixed the garbage disposal and the toilet. That was $209. No, that was over $500. It was two something for the garbage disposal and $271 for the toilet. So that was over $500, and that happened towards the end of May, 1st of June. I can't remember exactly. So that was the dishwasher, the microwave, the refrigerator, the garbage disposal, and mom's toilet. The kids' toilet still needs to be done, but that would have probably put us at almost close to a cool $1,000, and that wasn't where we were at the moment. So we're trying to judge if that water bill is the garden or if it was the running toilet. Now, we did get a solar powered irrigation system from the TikTok shop for free because we did a video. And I'm telling you, if you have never used a solar powered irrigation system, it will save your life and your water bill. Here's what we did. We filled up the rain barrel because y'all know the rain barrel doesn't really get full, and it's been raining like crazy. But we just filled it up. Jackson put the holes inside. We cleaned it out. Jackson put the holes inside. And then you put this little filter from the irrigation system inside the water. And it every 24 hours, it waters your garden for 15 minutes. And it does it on a rotation. So hopefully we won't have to water that side of the garden anymore. And we're just using the soaker hoses for the tomatoes. But the amount of rain we've been getting, we probably don't need to water at least a couple days. It's every other day because it's raining quite often here. Splitting my tomatoes, but it's raining. $44 for my cell phone. I ended up not having to pay for that small little bit of time that I had that internet thing. They told me $26, but then when I asked Shamika to look at the bill, she said, Mom, it's not on here. So I guess it was actually free. I only paid $44, and Jackson has taken over the payments of his cell phone. He now has a job that pays him. So his cell phone is his responsibility. He has a Samsung phone. The rest of us have iPhones, but his Samsung, he still owes a little bit of money on it, and it's all cracked to pieces. So he's trying to pay that off so he can get a new phone. Right now, I think he has one more extra payment he's going to make, but he said he'd wait till next time. So I'm no longer paying for Jackson's cell phone. Jackson's paying for his cell phone. Well, his dad sends child support. Shouldn't you use that to pay his cell phone? I could. However, Jackson has to learn money responsibilities because in Jackson's world, he wants to order DoorDash with his money. Sir, we are not going to be ordering DoorDash. You have bills. So he's getting just that little bit of responsibility to make sure that he is managing those few coins that he gets from his job well. So that's why I make him pay his cell phone bill. Do I need him to pay it? I absolutely do not need him to pay it, but he wanted a job. And once you get a job in this house, you get your own bills. You're still paying his gym. Yes, I am, because I want him to go to the gym. He would prefer probably not to do it. So I will take money from his child support to pay for the gym. I'm okay with that. And the extra gas and the extra groceries. Because if we go back and think about who eats the most food in this house, Jackson eats a lot of food. He is always cooking something, baking something, making something. And I think yesterday he made, I don't know how many waffles. He made a bowl full of waffle batter from scratch using our Azure Standard flour and all the things I bought. And he made a ton of waffles that he ate. I don't ask him to buy groceries, but he does have to pay gas for sister if she has to pick him up, and gas for mom because I have to take him. And I don't make him pay overly a lot in gas. It's just enough that he would remember when he gets a car, he has to budget in gas for his car. I know that may seem a little weird, but that's how we do it. I've done it with every kid, and they are good stewards over their funds. Okay, moving on. I've spent way too long. Sorry, y'all. The internet is paid at 98. Now, several sinking funds have not been sank yet, but they will be. Household repairs is not sank, but I will be doing that. Lawn care for Mr. Jerome, I took money out. He is coming in next month to do some extra work around the house. It is summer season, which means snakes, and we have those places around that grow up, and I don't want no issues and problems. So he's going to come clean all that up. He's going to spray the weed barrier and stuff so that I don't have to deal with it. But I asked him to push it to July just so I can recoup some more financials. Recycling, pest control, and yearly spray have been funded. Now, what I did not remember, I didn't count it in because I thought it was next month, was my recycling renewal. Now here, because I know that's a big hot topic for people, you should recycle. Recycling where I live is not free. Last year it was like $179. I got my bill this year. It is $197 and some change. So it is going up. That bill is due on the 22nd of June. So I have money still. I have money in my sinking fund for it, and I haven't paid it yet. But I'm a little bit behind on sinking funds because I've been short in my socials. Remember, I only could pay sinking funds if I made money through socials. Last year, not this year, but last year, something happened in the structure of how they pay out for socials. And it makes it such that you have to have so many views to get so much money. I think on YouTube, every 1,000 views that I get in a short, I make 35 cents. So if I don't make a lot of views, I'm not getting paid. I think I made $13 or something like that. And that's if I post shorts here. Same is true for the other socials, but TikTok, you can't even get paid if you don't make 1,000 views. You have to get 1,000 views before they will even pay you for what's called qualified views. And it's been a very long time since I've had over 1,000 views. I think I might have had 2 videos in the last 60 days. So it's very different pay structure than it used to be. Before last year, I was able to take that income and fund those fund those sinking funds. But what I said to myself is, no matter what it is, when I get my supplement in October, I'll just take that money and I'll remember how many months and I'll just fund as much as I can if that's what I have to do. But my prayer is that the Lord would allow us to recoup what we make, the time that I'm spending, right? If I'm going to spend the time, that it would be there. I'm going to move on. Okay. Sometimes money is a hard topic to talk about, but I do have to pay that recycling renewal. I got the bill right here. It is $197.64. So I got to take $194. I've got over 100 in my sinking fund. So I'm only short by a tiny little bit, but I do have to take it out of my sinking fund, over 100. And then the last little bit, I'll just pull out of here. Moving down. But I didn't remember. I thought it was due in July. I think last year I paid it in July. This year's June. And then next month, I'm going to have to pay the yearly spray where they come out. But that's not till it's in September. It used to be in July. Then it became September. So I have until September to make sure I have all I need for the yearly spray thing that they do. Moving down, Amazon Prime is sank. PureFlix still needs to be done. Healthways in Jackson's gym is done. High school fund I did, and then I had to buy him something. What did Jackson need? I think Jackson needed new underoos. No, not this time. Last time he needed underoos and socks. This time, because he does the internship, he can't go out of here looking homeless. So I got him 2 pairs of cargo shorts that they had at Aldi. They were $10 each, $9.99. And then I got him 2 shirts to go with the 2. They were polo shirts, 2 shirts to go with the pants, and they were $9.99. So I ended up spending $42 of the $50 that I put in his account so that he would not look homeless when he goes to this particular job. I didn't realize at the time, again, we didn't get all the information up front, that they were going to give him shirts. So he does have a couple collared shirts, and I really wish I had gotten him a couple more pairs of those cargo shorts, but they only had blue and gray, a dark, like a slate gray. They did not have any khaki, which I would have liked for him to have a pair. And they didn't have black. They only had those 2 colors. And so I just got him 2 pair. but I've already spent that money. I put it in, but then he needed stuff to go and do that. Netflix came out at $19.20, so I just rounded up to an even $20. Groceries, I'm at $443.20. I'm good with that. My summer groceries is $100. You'll start seeing summer grocery videos starting in July because I'm done with paychecks. There's no more paychecks coming in June. I will get summer share money in June. So those groceries will come out of the summer grocery budget that I've saved. Monthly preps was the $50. Personal care was $112.04. And again, I just did not divide it up and put more money to Gracie and Gwen. I took out some money there to cover the overage of the food and the medication. And I still got to pay for Gracie's exam. P.O. Box, I haven't funded yet. And then entertainment, recreation, I have not funded. I don't have to be entertained or recreationed. So if anything has to go lacking, that for sure is fine. Jackson has $75 in his savings account so far. Gracie and Gweenie, I need to put in how much I spent on their food and their... I'll have to go back and look for my receipts because that money should be in there. So it's about $180 some, $90 some for the pet food and another $90 some for, and it's 2 pills that they get. Gracie gets a pill and Gwen gets a pill. Almost $100. I got to find something better to do with my life. I do. I don't know about everybody else. So you're going to see probably some extra money already done. I've already paid for Gracie and Gweenie's stuff, except the exam. I can't remember my receipt. I think I tore it up. Maybe it's here. Let me see. I can tell you. This is Gwendolyn. Nope, it's not Gwen. It's Gracie. Let me see. And then this, okay, it was, what day did I go? For 1 pill for Gweenie is $42.92, and 1 pill for Grace is $53.11. So that was a total of $96.03 for 2 pills. Let me see what day that was on. I can't remember the day, but I got it in June. $96.03. So I'll go and put that back in somewhere. It was not this week. It was the first week because I get it the first week. Let's pick a day. We'll pick a day. Sister, is it boiling? Is it boiling? It's done? Okay, very good. Thank you so much. I'm canning and sister's helping me. Jackson's not here to help. And then I got food. How much did I pay for food? Somebody remind me to put the food in. I can't check it on my phone because I'm using it. Yes, I can. I'm going to just stop using it. Let me see. Oh, I can still see it. Because I want to put it in right. All right. So what did I do? Keep scrolling down, Shakima. I want to make sure that I tell y'all the right thing. That was from the 4th. Did I do? Nope. Nope. That was the 2nd. Nope. Okay. I know what I did. I paid for one thing out of my card, and then I used $50 from my hair, from my personal fund, and something else for cash to pay for the food. So that's right, because I still needed to pay for the dog's vet visit. So I didn't want to overspend my account. So that's why I took money out of my personal, and I think I pulled a few dollars out of grocery money to pay for the dog food. That's what I did. I remember now. Okay. Gas, I'm at 284.61. Still not terrible. So oil change sinking fund, tire repairs not sank, and then my registration or my insurance is not sank. I already know that I'm going to take money from socials. I have one social account that did okay. It's not enough to cover that, but it did okay. And I'm going to put that money into my insurance. And then I do get one more child support, so I might have to put it for insurance with that. I can't remember what I was thinking, but that's where I am. Tithe was 634. Offering was 307. Blow money was 24.54. And I have not saved any money this month, not a dime. So that took me down to $3,977.61, which gives me an overage of $241.71. Now, I still have to pay. I think Gracie's visit is like $180. I always ask him to give it to me up front. So it's like $180 and some change. So that's going to leave about $60 left. To couple with the money I have in the sinking fund for the recycling renewal, we should be at an even flat zero. That's where all the money is going to go until we get the next monies from child support. And then whatever I need to do for it, I will be able to do it. So there it is. Whew, that was a lot. And the reason I don't know why that is showing. Sorry, y'all. Okay. The reason that I don't like not to budget is because then I'm trying to backtrack to figure out what I forgot. And sometimes I just forget things. But I think that's everything for now. So I have enough money for two things. I got to pay this recycling bill on Monday. And then I think Gracie goes to the vet on Tuesday. And then I'm done with dogs for the year. And I will be starting the sinking fund for their vet visits after Gracie's visit. Then I'll start, because I tried to get them going the same time so I can just pay it all at one time, but it didn't quite work out like that. And I have to make sure that Gracie doesn't like the vet. So I have to make sure that I don't take them both at the same time, because I'll have to fight Gracie and Gwen is sitting there looking crazy. But that's where we are for the month. I think we didn't do half bad. Things could be worse. God is amazing. He always takes care of the kids and I. But my prayer, and I know some people don't like when I talk about this, is like, oh, Shakima, you just make this all about money. When you invest your time in something, you do it. Most people do it for an amount, right? You go to work and you expect them to pay you your wage. That's what you do. So for me, this is kind of like a side job. And I pray that it pays not what I'm worth, but to make it worth my time, because I could go out and get a part-time job. This is the first year in all the years since my kids were little that I contemplated getting a part-time job. My sister, who makes way more than I do, but she also has a lot of entrepreneurial things that she does, said the same thing. She said, I'm trying to make a little extra money. I'm trying to figure out what I can do on the side. When we are at this point in life as an educator with a degree, I shouldn't have to be trying to find what I can do to make extra money. But that's where I am. And the Lord has been gracious and given me this to make extra money. But in all of the areas that I have social nest, I do not net $500. And something's wrong with that. I think it's me. I don't think it's anybody. I think it's me. It's my number of uploads, how often I upload, and if we just haven't been caught by the algorithm, and that's okay. Because those of you who are faithful, y'all been rocking with me a long time, and I appreciate you. Some people go back and watch the old videos just to help us, and I appreciate that. However, I've just got to get better on my upload time. However many times a week I plan to upload, and I haven't been going live as much because I've been doing the teaching on the other channel since I've already done it on this one twice. I didn't want to keep inundating people when you've already seen that teaching. So that's why I haven't been live much. And then adding in Jackson's internship messes with my time because I only have pockets here and there. But I'm budgeted and I'm updated for the moment. I can't wait to see what the Lord does. He's going to have to do something. He always does something, right? God always does something. Looking forward, this is a good thing. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for reminding me. I don't have to budget in groceries next month. I have summer grocery money already set aside. So that's a good thing. I'm so thankful for that. I'm thankful God gave me the idea 2 years ago, 3 years ago to set money aside. And now there's money set aside. So guess what I don't have to do? Stress. Praise the Lord. With that being said, I want to have a goal. I have a goal of I would love to make right now $2,000 extra dollars in my side hustles. I would love to be able to say we brought in $2,000. We're nowhere near that, but that's okay because that would allow me to save my $500 a month. That would allow me to sink all of my sinking funds, and that would allow me to get ahead a little bit in my 3 to 6 months savings plan. If I were to make that much money, that would give me $24,000 per year. That is over what I make in my regular average job, which would be helpful to the kids and I. It would actually help me pay a little bit more over on my mortgage so that I can keep chunking away at that mortgage because I will not be stuck in a 30-year mortgage. It's not my portion. And I don't recommend it be yours, but I do recommend this. Go back and make sure that you've budgeted, update, make sure that you filled in the things that need to be filled in because you don't want to be like me feeling guilty for not budgeting last week. And then I have to go back and try to remember. And I'm not always the best at remembering. I hope I got it all right. And I do know it's June, not July. I know in that grocery video, I said July, y'all, my brain. I don't know what I was thinking. No, I do not wish my summer away. I am enjoying every single day that I get to enjoy. Did think I'd get to sleep in a little more, but that is not proven to be the thing. I enjoy it. I do what I can. I love the garden. I can sit here and I can just look and it's all green. It's lush. It's all the things. So that's helping too with the grocery budget as well, because we do have fresh produce coming into the house and it's always good to have that. Anywho, dinner's done. I got to go get some canning out the canner. I love you guys. Do a favor for me. Like the video, share, subscribe, do all the things. Get your budgets done so that you don't feel like me. You're probably better than I am. Yes, you are. Keep praying for us that the Lord would increase us. And there it is. Love you guys. Thank y'all so much for stopping by. And we'll see you guys at the next video. Bye now. Bye, everybody.